can't find it. It doesn't seem to be on any of these stations.
Keep looking.
Oh, you're going too slow. Let me take the wheel.
It's too fast. How could you even tell what's on?
I can tell.
There it is. Go back.
Back.
Too late. I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. It's faster.
Wait. Stop. That's it. Now, Etch.
Hi guys, welcome back to ESN's new YouTube channel, episode 2. I am Michaela, I'm part of the creative department at ESN The Hague, and today I'm going to be talking about some useful information if you are considering moving to the Netherlands. I know I would have loved a video like this when I was looking into moving to the Netherlands, so if that is your situation now, I hope this video comes in handy. So first things first, what cities to live in? I had no idea about any cities in the Netherlands besides Amsterdam, really, unfortunately, before I moved to the Netherlands. So I almost ended up moving to a tiny, isolated town in the east of the Netherlands. And I'm so glad I didn't, but it would have been very helpful to me to have a little guide about what cities are good to live in the Netherlands. So, very brief guide because I'm sure there's other things online. So to start off, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and The Hague are the biggest cities in the Netherlands. Amsterdam is super lively, always popping. If you like big cities and always having something to do, then Amsterdam's a great option. The only downside is that it is quite touristy, although I think that's also part of its charm because you're always able to meet people from any nationality, which is super cool. Rotterdam is the second biggest city. It was bombed in World War II, so basically the whole city has been rebuilt, so it's a very modern city. It's really a lovely city. It doesn't really have the Dutch charm of like canals and old architecture, but it's really a lovely city. And then The Hague has the Dutch charm of Amsterdam without the tourism, which is really lovely. And there's an added bonus of having the beach 15 minutes away. So all of these cities are really great options to live in. If you want to be in the Holland region, but not necessarily be in a big city, Leiden and Delft are really good options to live in. They're super cute, charming Dutch towns, and they're very well connected to the big cities. So if you work or study in any of the 3 big cities that I just mentioned, but want a more calm, charming daily life, then Leiden or Delft are really good options to live in. And then as far as the rest of the Netherlands, Utrecht, Groningen, Maastricht, Eindhoven are all nice cities with good student life. I haven't been to 3 out of those 4, but I've heard that they're nice cities to live in. So just a little tip, some sort of guidance. I hope that helps you a little bit when looking into where you should live in the Netherlands. So as far as housing in the Netherlands, it's very difficult. I spent about 2 months bouncing around Airbnbs and friends' houses until I finally found a place. So I definitely recommend starting your search early. There's a few websites that you can go to for looking for apartments, but I personally have found that the Facebook groups are my best friends. So just going to Facebook and looking up roommates in The Hague, for example, apartments in The Hague, just any combination of words that you can think of, there's probably a group for it. Join all the groups and just spend hours scrolling through apartment ads. And also I think it's a very good idea to make a post about yourself, include a little smiling picture of yourself that'll make people get a sense of who you are, and have a little paragraph about yourself and a little paragraph about what you're looking for in an apartment. And that has worked out for me in the past. I actually found my last place that I lived at that was the best apartment I've had in the Netherlands through making a post about myself and someone contacting me. So that's definitely a very good way to go about it. So as far as rent, kind of the average you can expect to pay would be between 350 and 700. It is a lot more expensive for internationals. All of my Dutch friends that I have pay a lot less than my international friends. So for internationals, I would say the more common is between 500 to 700. I have personally never been able to find anything cheaper than 550. So of course, if you're willing to compromise on location or size of the place, you can probably find things for quite a bit cheaper. But generally speaking, in a nice central area and a decent apartment, not even amazing, 500 is probably around the cheapest that it's gonna get. Okay, public transportation. So getting around in the Netherlands. Public transportation in the Netherlands is the most expensive in Europe. So I definitely recommend getting a bike as soon as you arrive. Dutchies ride their bikes rain or shine or hail or snow, literally at all times. So biking is definitely the best way to get around in the Netherlands. Everything is about max a 15-minute bike ride if you live reasonably central, so super easy to get around. You can find cheap bikes on like Marketplace on Facebook, or maybe like some secondhand shops. So definitely that should be one of the first things you do when you arrive. But of course, sometimes you'll need to take the train or the tram, so it is important to get an OV chip card, which is the little public transportation card that is used here in the Netherlands. I believe it's €7 for the actual card, and then you just put money on it for every time that you need to travel. There is no monthly subscription or anything like that, which is such a bummer. But basically you get charged for exactly the distance that you've traveled. So you check into the train and off of the train, or into the tram and off the tram, and that's what decides how much you're charged. Which can be good if you're not traveling a long distance, but it can get very expensive if you're wanting to visit other cities, for example. So I recommend there is, you can buy a 40% discount. So if you pay, I believe it's €50 for the year, a 40% discount is applied to any charge except during peak hours, which would be from 7 to 9 and then 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for example. But any other time, and I believe also on the weekends, at all times, it's 40% off, so that really is very useful. So to sum it up, if you're interested in living in the Netherlands, I really recommend it. I think it's such a great, easy, comfortable country to live in, and then especially for English speakers, or really anyone that doesn't speak Dutch, it's very easy to assimilate to life because everyone speaks English super perfectly. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or are wondering anything else about life in the Netherlands, just leave it in the comments below and we'd love to answer. Please stay tuned because we're going to be posting weekly, so very exciting stuff coming up. And follow us on Instagram at ES in the Hague. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.